I'm Dean Hanley, owner of Dean's Cards. Let me introduce you to deanscards.com. Dean's Cards has over 1 million vintage cards scanned and online, ready to buy. We're the largest seller of vintage cards. We're also the largest buyer. We purchase over 500 vintage collections a year, and we try to make the process fast, easy, and fun. The first step in selling a vintage card collection is simply go to our website, and the big red box in the right-hand corner, click on that, tell you a little bit about how we purchase vintage cards, and if you could fill out the form. We just need a general idea of what kind of cards you have, about how many, from what years. If you'll send us this form, that way we can get back to you some real good information on how we buy and how the process works. I think that'll be very helpful for you. We'll answer that email usually within the same business day. Selling a vintage card collection can be a daunting task. You know, how do you do it? Where do you go? There's a lot of options. For the most part, you can break cards into 3 different areas. You have the modern cards that are basically from 1970 forward and newer. Most of these cards have a modest or a very low value. They're great cards, but there was a lot made. Post-war vintage cards is the second era. That's from about 1948 to 1969. These cards definitely have value. We buy these collections all the time. We'd love to hear from you on this. And then probably the other era is pre-war cards. These cards have a lot more value on a per card basis. That said, the cards usually come in smaller collections, and we're always looking to purchase these collections also. We'd love to hear from you on this. If you need any more information, we're glad to talk with you and see what you have. By having the collections sent to us, it just makes the process much more efficient on our part. We have our bid software. We can put a very tight number on there. We have a professional team that can sit down and do multiple bids at the time, and the cost savings is just a lot easier than having to go out and get collections. We don't do card shows. We don't set up. We have all of our collections sent to us, and again, we're the biggest buyer, and that's simply because by having this efficient process, we can pay more for collections. Dean's Cards is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have a dozen employees and a 5,000 square foot office. We've been in business almost 2 decades, and we have over a dozen years of testimonials on our websites from happy sellers, happy buyers. We're the only Google trusted store I know of in the hobby. There's a lot of good information on buying and selling baseball cards on our website, so feel free to look at that, and if you got any questions, we'd love to hear from you.